Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. My name is Dan Hunt. I know that because it says so right there. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by USI USA, and we're going to talk about two incredible products from USI Tech. But before we do that, I want to tell you about how you can find us on the internet, okay? There's a lot of ways to get to us. This broadcast is live in a lot of different places. So, first and foremost, you can find us on Facebook. This is going out right now as a Facebook Live on facebook.com/USI USA. It's also live on livestream.com/USI USA. And then you have to find the particular event that's live right at this minute. But that is where if you're out on the road and you really want to see it on your cell phone or like an iPad or something like that, it really streams very well on livestream.com. Also tonight, Patty, for those of you that are on livestream.com, Patty is there and she can see your comments. We also are on our webpage, usi-usa.com. So there's a lot of places to see this broadcast, and get your team out there and get them connected to this broadcast. That way they can see what's going on. And for those of you that are watching this for the very first time, good evening and welcome to the broadcast. Again, my name is Dan Hunt. I'm the master distributor, along with my wife Patty, for North America for USI Tech. And you know, I always like to start out the broadcast asking a question, a kind of a simple question. What if? What if you could do a couple of things and get yourself in a position where you could retire in 10 years? Well, I'm going to show you 3 simple things that you can do to do just that. First off, start with an account with as little as $5,000 today. Okay, now again, this is an example shown for demonstration purposes only. We're going to talk about the minimums and the maximums a little later in the broadcast. But this is an example. If you could start an account with $5,000 today, and you could find a vehicle that performed at an average of 4.5% a month every single month. 4.5% a month every single month. Now, in tonight's broadcast, I'm not going to just show you one. I'm going to show you 2 vehicles that can do that. And then the third what if here is, what if you could add just $100 to your retirement? What if you could pay yourself $100 every single month so you would have a sound financial future? Well, you know what? In just 10 short years, you would have $1,418,880. Guys, this is an example for demonstration purposes only, but I have to tell you, this is math. What I just showed you is math, okay? It's just math. If you could do those 3 simple things, then you would have that $1.4 million. And with $1.4 million, you could retire with traditional investments and still make a pretty good living. Let me tell you about the 2 products that we have tonight. It's the new BTC package and the USI Tech Forex EA algorithm. 2 incredible products, and I'm going to tell you all about these 2 products tonight on this broadcast. But before I do that, let me tell you a little bit of the story about who USI Tech is. First and foremost, we're a technology company, meaning we're a software company. We develop software, and we've been developing software for over 12 years. Now, some of our software has been developed for banks and hedge funds and high net worth individuals. But the software that we develop primarily is an automated trading software in the Forex market. And I'm going to start out and tell you about that right now. That product is called our USI Tech EA, or Expert Advisor. Now, this is a software license, and guys, it is a lifetime license. This license you purchase once, just once, and you have it for your entire life. And the upgrades are included with this software. And let me give you a little idea about the upgrades that we're doing right now. This company has done 8 upgrades. We're on version 8 from June of last year. From June of last year, they've done 8 upgrades. Not quite one a month, but almost. So they're always staying on top of what's going on. And with this software, anyone, and I mean anyone, can trade in the Forex market. Now, I know it's a little complicated and people don't even know what Forex is, but our software license is a one-time fee, 600 euro. Now, right now, that's about 650, 670, depending upon where the dollar euro is every day, US dollars. And guys, once you have this, you can trade because it is completely automated. Once you set it up, all you do is sit back and watch the computer make the trades for you. But one of the questions that I get asked all the time is, where are those trades? Well, those trades are in what we call the foreign exchange market, or the Forex market. Now, the Forex market is the largest financial market in the world and trades over $5 trillion. That's trillion with a T, guys, every single day. Let me give you an idea of how big that is. The U.S. stock market, the London stock market, and the Tokyo stock market, all put together, trade about $600 billion every day. Okay? So this is 5 times bigger than that. Well, the next question that people always ask me is, Dan, I've always heard that the Forex market is risky. It's risky because it's a lot of volatility, keeps going up and down. And that's one of the things I love about this software. Our trading software has no increased risk of loss under extraordinary market conditions. Why? Well, let me show you how it works, because that's the best way to answer that question. Our software works on what we call a hedging strategy, meaning we always take 2 trades at one time. The primary trade, which in this example is the US dollar, Japanese yen, and the corresponding trade, which in this case is the euro, US dollar. I want you to look at these trades very, very carefully. And if you notice, if I turn these things upside down and put them right on top of each other, they would look almost identical. Almost identical. And that's how our software works, because we take a trade in each direction and then we take profit when they turn around at the top of each trade. It's absolutely ingenious, and it works over and over and over again. There's no big home runs. There's no, big wins every single day. This is designed to hit singles every single day, over and over and over again. And as it hits singles every single day, over and over and over again, you and I make money. How much money, you ask? Well, let me show you a live MetaTrader 4 account example. This is somebody's live account, okay? And this account, I personally ran this report. The day this account was opened was on June, I can't see it, 28th. I'm sorry. Yeah, June 28th of 2016, 6/28 of 2016. It was opened for $100,000. Now, guys, don't get excited. You don't need $100,000 to open up one of these accounts. You don't even need $1,000 to open up one of the, or $5,000 to open up one of these accounts. The minimum account for our trading software is $1,000, just $1,000. Now, this report that I'm showing you here is about 15 pages long, so I'm going to skip all the way to the bottom of the report. It's about 15 pages down. 6.5 months later, I ran this report on January 12th of 2017. That's 6.5 months later. And I want to show you the closed P&L. The closed P&L means closed profit and loss. In this case, our closed profit was $28,212. $28,212. Let me show you what we call the summary of the MetaTrader 4 account. You can see the profit at $28,212. This next number I want to show you, though, is really exciting to me. 7,349. That's the amount of trades that this software made on your behalf during that time period. Now, I want to show you a couple other things here. First of all, the floating P&L is a negative number. At the time that I ran this report, those are the trades that are actually open in the marketplace at that time. Okay, so if you subtract those out, the equity in the account, which is what you can take out right that second, is $127,930.71. How exciting is that? How exciting is that? That is well over that 4.5%. And guys, our software has continued to perform at that 4.5% or better over the last 36 months. It is a great product. It is completely hands-free. Absolutely. Hands gone. Look at that. Out the screen. Hands-free. You don't need to do anything except set the software up. Once you set it up, you can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on a website on the internet. It is exciting to sit back and watch your money grow that way. So that is product number one. That's the first product that we have in our arsenal. But now I'm going to show you the brand new BTC package. This is where you can participate in the profits of Bitcoin mining. This is completely a Bitcoin product, okay? Completely a Bitcoin product. Let me show you a little bit about how this product works, okay? First of all, you have to buy the product in Bitcoin. And once you buy the product in Bitcoin, we call it a BTC package, and it's 50 euros. Okay? Each package is 50 euros. That's a set price. It will always be 50 euros. Doesn't matter what the dollar does. It doesn't matter what Bitcoin does. The BTC package will always be 50 euros. And remember, you must buy it with Bitcoin. Now, once you have a BTC package, I happen to have one right here in front of me. This is a USI Tech Bitcoin package, okay? It runs for 140 days in the marketplace. That's what its shelf life is. 140 market days. That's a little more than 6 months. Now, what happens in that 140 days is each and every day, USI Tech pays you an average of 1% per day as return of capital. 1% per day as return of capital for 140 days. That means at the end of that time, you've received 140%, meaning you got your 50 euro back, and then you made a 40% profit in just a little bit more than 6 months. And guys, if Bitcoin goes up or down in that time, that we're not even reflecting those prices. Let me show you an example. I know this is something brand new. It's hard for people to understand. So what I'm going to do is just put an example up. And again, this is an example for demonstration purposes only, okay? Let's say you purchase 20 BTC packages for 1,000 euro. That's 50 euro times 20 equals 1,000 euro. Now, remember the BTC package, I showed it to you a minute ago. It has a shelf life of 140 days. So after 140 days, it's dead. It goes away. You don't have it anymore. But during that 140 days, it's going to pay you 1% each and every day. So your return of capital after 140 working days is 1,400 euro. And again, that is not including the change of Bitcoin prices. Now, you know, that's a pretty darn good return. 1,400 euro for just 1,000 euro. That's 40%. You made 400 euro during that time. But what if, you know that question we started the show with? What if I could show you a way that you could make compounding work for you? Now, a lot of people ask me, Dan, what's compounding? What's the compounding effect? Well, I'd like you to really go to Google. If you type in compounding or the compound effect or compound interest, you can look on Google and you can see a million different videos on what compounding is and how compounding works and what it's all about. But mostly, compounding works against you. I'm going to give you an example. If you buy a house for $250,000, thank you, come on back to me for a second, Fatty. If you buy a house for $250,000, your payment for that house is about $700, $800 a month, right in that neighborhood, okay? You're going to pay that back for 30 years, and you're going to pay back well over $1 million for that house. That is compounding working against you, okay? That is working against you because you're paying on interest on interest on interest, and you continue to pay in that example of compounding. What USI Tech has done is found a way to let compounding work for you instead of against you. Let's take a look. In this example, I'm going to use the same example I used a few minutes ago. We're going to take 20 BTC packages, and we're going to turn on what we call the auto rebuy button over a 1-year period, or 280 working days, which is a little more than 1 year, okay? Now, these are market days we're talking about, not days of the week. It's really the market days, which in the U.S. starts on Sunday night late, and it goes all the way through Friday late afternoon. Again, our example, 20 BTC packages for €1,000. So on day one, what do you have? You have day one, you own 20 packages, and you paid €1,000, so that's what your value is of BTC packages. Let's take a look at what happens after 6 months, or a little more than 6 months, 140 days. Because every time we got your account up to €50, the account automatically bought another BTC package. You now have 78 BTC packages. And the value of 78 packages is a little more than €2,500. Now, guys, hold on to your seatbelts, because when I look at day 280, you have 126 packages worth a little more than €5,000. Now, that is compounding working in your favor. Remember, I want to go through how this works one more time, okay? You buy this BTC package. I can pick it up here and show you. So you buy one of these BTC packages. In this case, you're going to say you're going to buy 20 of these, okay? They work for 140 days in the marketplace, and every single day, USI Tech pays you an average of 1% every single day. Average of 1% every single day. After 140 days, you'll have over $2,000, because remember, they pay it to you every day, but if you turn that auto rebuy button on, every time your account gets to €50, it's going to buy you another package, meaning that you have more money accumulating, and then it buys another package, and more, and it just gets bigger and bigger. Now, you know, a lot of people have talked to me and said, Dan, I don't have $100,000. Dan, I don't have $5,000. But I do have $100. So I sat down with a really good friend of mine, Professor David Frost, and we said, David, how can we put together a program that would work with somebody for just $100? So I put another what-if scenario out there, and let's take a look at that scenario right now. What if, okay, what if you could start today with $100? $100. Let's put it up on the screen, $100. My wife's falling asleep in the control room, in the next room over here. If you could start with 2 BTC packages, that's just about $100, a little more than $100 today, right now, okay? I'm not talking about next week. I'm not talking about next month. I'm saying, what if you could start with 2 BTC packages for $100 today? In just 1 year, you would have 10 BTC packages worth almost $500. But I'm not done. And I want you to watch this very, very carefully. If you could have the control to not take that money out of there, not touch it, and you left it there for 5 years, okay? 5 years, not a long time, you would have over 2,000 BTC packages. And those 2,000 packages have a value of just about $120,000. Now remember, you started with $100. Again, this example is for demonstration purposes only. Past performance does not guarantee future results. But what I showed you there is just math. It's just plain old math. So I want to end tonight's broadcast by asking you one final question. If anything that I have said tonight resonates with you in any way at all, don't you think you should take a look? Don't you think you should take a minute and take a look at what we're doing? These 2 new products are absolutely incredible. The BTC package and the Forex EA algorithm. 2 great products that are both performing and have been performing at above that 4.5% that I showed you at the beginning of the show. I truly believe that it would be worth your time to sit down and take a look at what we are doing, because it may make a difference in your financial future. Again, find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/USIUSA. On live stream, we can be found at livestream.com, USIUSA, and our website, where you can watch this live broadcast as well, is USI-USA.com. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I see there's a lot of people on Facebook. I see there's a lot of viewers on live stream tonight. So I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. And I want to say to you, have a wonderful rest of your weekend, what's left of it. And for those of you, I see there's some of you that are joining us from Australia. It's already tomorrow there. So for those of you here in the U.S. and for those of you that are in Australia, have an even better day tomorrow. I'm Dan Hunt. Good evening.